Impressively done.
That was a good boss fight. I enjoyed that.
Hostiles suppressed. Continue mission.
15 minutes of love.
I'll guide us through. Everyone get ready. What is this?
The fragments of the past preserved in the Black Records. A reality even I have yet to see.
Open your eyes, bronze nobleman. I have already claimed the king. All that remains is his steward. Accept your fate.
Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4, the episode where last episode, and well this episode, we find out that the whole time that Osborn and a couple of other people have just been under control by this darkness the entire time.
Answer me! Goddess or fiend, I don't care! I'll do anything. Take me instead if you must. Just please, spare our son's life! Oh, how long I've waited to hear those words.
If this is how it is, then like, I've been hating the wrong people. I should be hating this thing. But how can I just easily throw my hate towards this thing? Yeah, probably can. I don't know. I'm getting a little confused here.
Waited and waited, Drycles, for 200 long years. This time, you will be my awakener, not the Ashen Knights. Agree, and I will deliver your son from death. It was you. You're the one who did this. All of it. But I don't care anymore. Take my body. Take my soul. Do what you will. So long as you save my son, it doesn't matter what happens to me. Ebonite Ishmelga!
Ishmelga. I don't know. Rean's not gonna take this well. Rean is not gonna take this well.
There it is, then. The whole truth.
So the duel the boss died in was rigged from the start.
By Black Alberic. But even he was just a puppet.
It makes sense to the whole thing if everything was being set in motion. They've mentioned that a few times throughout the series.
George, too. Though his circumstances were a bit different.
Yeah. And what was that thing possessing Elisa's dad anyway?
It looked like he was taken over by another persona. The Chief of the Gnomes.
The being that possessed him has achieved immortality through means different from mine. I suspect it lives on by becoming one with any descendant of the gnomes it deems worthy. Almost akin to a parasite of sorts.
Father.
We also learned the truth about Aryan Road, or Leanne Sandlot as she was once known. She spent 250 years watching over the Empire, as well as the man she loved most.
A saint in the truest sense of the word.
But... that means the guy she spent all that time watching over is...
I admit, I always did have my suspicions. Why, for instance, did Emperor Eugen go to such lengths to support the Chancellor?
You're right. It all makes sense now. His Majesty had the entire truth in his hands this whole time. The Black Records.
He knew that the Lionheart Emperor, founder of Force, father of the Renaissance and victor in the War of the Lions 250 years back, had been reborn as Gileath Osborne, the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
Yeah.
I never imagined reincarnation would be possible.
Paranormal bullcrap. Except it's for real this time, isn't it?
Of all the things for the visions to show us. Those witless fools! Why didn't Leanne and Dreichels come to me? Did you not say we were friends? Was it all just a lie? No. I am the one at fault. How could I have been so blind for centuries?
Grandmother, Rose.
Roselia, what can you tell us about this Ishmelga?
The Ebon Knight.
All signs point to him being the one behind all this, don't they?
It radiates an aura unlike any other divine knight we've encountered.
I do not know. This particular divine knight has remained mostly hidden for over 1,000 years. It was absent for both the War of the Lions 250 years ago and the Dark Dragon's appearance 900 years ago. However,
it may have been the one behind them, or perhaps the one behind every tragic event in Erebonia's dark history.
That's what I had been saying before, that there's something behind all this shit. Everything was being set in motion for a reason.
Valimar, Ordine, and all the other divine knights we've seen thus far have each had their own conscious mind. What if that mind were to become warped by malice, amassing it as a kind of power?
The Gnomes and the Hexen clan have been at odds from the very start. Even still, we managed to reach a compromise 1,200 years ago. We stood side by side as we sealed off the Great One. We worked arm in arm to help found the Empire. But 800 years ago, after the reclamation of the capital, the Gnomes suddenly broke off all contact with us.
And the one behind all of that was the Ebon Knight. It must have taken over the Gnomes and made them into its followers. Well, that's the nice way of putting it, I guess. In reality, they're nothing more than its brainwashed minions.
And so they got involved with all sorts of shady stuff, including the boss's death, moving their evil plans forward the whole time.
Yeah. Even now. That's the curse that Albrecht was talking about.
But what's its end goal? Bringing back the Great One? Or is it trying to win the rivalry of the Seven, to become the Great One itself?
Is that what the OZ units were created for? What I was created for? What Milliam gave her life for?
Just the thought of it makes me sick.
We can't let this stand.
Uh-oh.
Rean?
That thing is the reason for all this suffering. Not only in Erebonia, but in every country surrounding it. Crow, the Lance Maiden, and the Jaeger King were all made into immortals and forced into its game. It took Milliam's life, and the lives of so many others. Major Lecter's father, Major Claire's family, and others still. Innocent people, all made into its victims. Elisa's father, George, my mother, even Chancellor Osborne himself.
Rean, keep it together!
At this rate, the curse will take hold of you.
It seems the truth was too much for him to handle.
He's got a lot of anger built up.
You gotta get it under control.
Calm yourself, my awakened.
Valimar!
Valimar?
Oh, what is this? It feels so soothing.
The acknowledged boy speaks once more. But what about Milliam?
Where are we?
Is this the phase space where Divine Knights and Awakeners make their contracts?
Nah. I get the feeling we're somewhere else entirely.
Valimar, you can speak again? This is different from when we spoke back in the workshop, isn't it?
Correct. It seems the curse has temporarily loosened its grip on me. My means of expression remain limited, however. Perhaps I will recover the ability to speak in the real world at some point.
I hope so.
Thank the goddess.
Hear my words, Awakener, and secondary contractors. The Ebon Knight is not the only one to blame for all the tragedies you named. Mankind's weakness contributed to bringing them about. If you fail to understand this, you have no hope of prevailing in the rivalries ahead. Even with the sword.
The sword?
It's blue.
Can't be.
All right! It worked!
Milliam!
Milliam!
Hey guys! Did you miss me?
I feel like I might cry.
I've been watching over you guys the whole time. Every time you got in a pickle, and every time you whooped your way right out of it. Guess I should say sorry, though, for not being strong enough. I wanted to be able to say, I saved the day. That I helped protect everyone. But I never thought I'd cause you guys all this grief instead.
Milliam!
You don't have to apologize.
Not in the slightest. You did more for us than we ever could have asked.
I'm guessing the two of you appeared to tell us something important. Am I right?
Yeah, being stuck like this helped us finally figure a few things out. First off, you were right about the rivalries being struggles for power between the Divine Knights. Crow's an immortal, so he should have totally vanished from our world after he was defeated. But it seems like you guys figured it out. Making him your kin like that bought him some more time. Though, when it comes to the end of the Great Twilight, I probably don't even need to say it.
That's me, living with a death sentence over my head.
There's gotta be some way to change that. Crow's whole life cannot just be death.
Crow!
There is one more thing to mention regarding the Ebon Knight. His power is immense, beyond the reach or understanding of this realm. He could defeat every one of us. However, this would not make him whole again. He requires a worthy opponent. As such, I expect the following will occur. The Ebon Knight will wait until one knight has absorbed the power of the other 5 in order to have his worthy opponent. However, because this opponent has such power, it is at this point Ishmelga could potentially be defeated.
The Jaeger King's Palatinate Knight, the Steel Maiden's Argent Knight, the Prince's Vermilion Knight, Rufus's Arg Knight, and Rean's Ashen Knight, partnered with Crow's Azure Knight. It'll be one of them who'll be going toe-to-toe with the Ebon Knight.
How about it, Rean? Looks like we don't have much of a choice.
Your rivalry at the Soul Shrine was only a preview of what's to come.
Maybe we can convince the boss to join us, just like Crow.
Perhaps. And from what we saw in those visions, there could certainly remain a chance to recruit the Steel Maiden to our side as well.
That's right. They of all people should understand what it is we're fighting for.
That would be interesting. And helpful.
We can make it work. I'm sure of it.
Ain't gonna be easy, but at least now we finally got some light at the end of this tunnel.
Maybe so. But I somehow doubt Rufus or the Prince will be half as eager to team up with us.
So long as Valimar can win the rivalries and absorb the power of their knights, it shouldn't pose too much of a problem.
With more allies and more power, we might actually have a shot against Chancellor Osborne.
Why is everyone but Crow's hair gone back to normal?
Our odds may be slim, but this is our best chance to defeat Ishmelga for good.
I've made my decision, Valimar. Not as the sacrifice, and not as an ogre, but as myself. We're going to see these rivalries through to the very end, with you and Milliam at our side.
Well said, my Awakener.
That's what I like to hear. I'll be right there with you all the way.
Milliam! Stop! Don't go!
Please, wait! There's still so much I have to say!
Come on, guys. You don't have to worry. Even if you can't see me, I'm always with you. Remember, we're all a team, no matter what happens.
That wasn't just a dream, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Now I see. She was never gone. She's been here all along.
My big sister.
I'm so glad.
She's come such a long way. I can hardly believe it.
What exactly was that, Grandmother?
A liminal space between dreams and reality, bestowed unto you by the spectral moon mirror. Something similar happened back when I inherited my predecessor's responsibilities. The mirror has granted us more than expected. All those centuries of watching over it were well worth it.
Yeah, they really were.
Roselia, and Emma, and Celine as well. Thank you for everything.
You could pass that on to Vita and the Rakshasa, too. Props for all the help.
Valimar has fallen silent once more. And it's unlikely Milliam will be able to speak to us like that again. Yet, their souls are still with us, always. Of that, we can be certain.
Indeed. Now that we're all together again, there can be no more room for doubt in our path as Class 7.
And as members of the Radiant Wings.
Probably would have been screwed without you witches helping out, though. Guess that's worth a thanks or two.
Definitely. I think I'm finally ready to face my father and Sharon again.
Yeah, we owe you guys. Big time.
You guys.
You're making way too big a deal over it. I didn't do anything. But I guess I'm glad things worked out.
Ah, it feels as though several centuries of weight has been lifted from my shoulders. As for the new facts that were revealed to us, I will let Vita and Thomas Lysander know what they should.
That'd be a great help. Thank you.
I'm just happy I was able to carry out my duty as a wandering witch. But I couldn't have done it if our family hadn't worked so hard to protect this sacred place. So thank you, Grandmother, for guiding our clan for so many years. And more than anything, for making me the person I am today.
Oh.
Just where's all this coming from? What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to bring your poor granny to tears? This old heart of mine can only take so many surprises.
My word.
It would seem our little trip can be counted as a success.
We should bring the good news back to His Highness and the others.
Right. Best not to keep them waiting any longer. Let's be off. To the Courageous 2.
The Chancellor, Emperor Dragos Reborn. The whims of fate are as inscrutable as ever. Even so, the big picture is starting to come together at last, including the reason why Father would entrust so much authority to him. Indeed. It sounds like Elise's father and George have quite the baggage too. I think I put Tita in the wrong thing, and now just realizing that. Yeah. The Black Workshop and the Ebon Knight. It was even more dreadful than anything we could have expected. The Chancellor's true intentions aside, we've finally gotten a glimpse into the cause of the Empire's woes. You're right. This is a real bombshell. But the rivalry of the Seven might be our avenue to fight back against the curse. Right. Thanks to Rosalia and everyone, I've steeled my resolve to go through with the remaining rivalries. We have to keep moving forward. For Milliam and for Valimar. Absolutely, we're with you. We'll fight with everything we have until the very end. Right, as Class 7. Seems all of us have really helped you move forward, in more ways than one. And if the Lionheart Emperor is to make an appearance in this story, then I can't very well let myself be outdone by him now, can I? That's right, I'm glad we were able to find a role for ourselves in all of this. Are you sure you don't mind providing Toa with support, I mean? Don't you worry about a thing. We've been studying the terminal controls little by little. Yes, we've read the manual inside and out. I'm sure you'll be able to provide some assistance when you need it. It really is amazing how you two get used to everything in no time at all. Elise, Your Highness, I'll be counting on you from now on, okay? You got it. Sheesh, you really can't underestimate those two. Everyone from the branch campus is going all out, so we better keep tempo with them. Now, it's time we put together our winter, whatever. I think our next objective pretty clear, you know? Right, Grandmother showed me the situation before we left. It looks like 2 Divine Knights and their Awakeners have taken up position at separate shrines. The Plantian Knight is at the Draco Shrine in Sutherland, while the Argent Knight is at the Stella Shrine in Crossbell. They've probably been making preparation for the rivalries, given that the war is about to start. Well, guess nobody can accuse the Maiden or the Jaeger King of having a poor work ethic. I'm sure we're all raring to go right now, but we spent half the day at the Luna Shrine already. I say we just pick one spot and give it our undivided attention. Agreed. In addition to the shrine, I'd also like to check in on the surrounding area. So which place are we gonna hit up first? My ward is in Crossbow, so naturally my interests lie there. Considering the distance, it might be better to start with the boss of the Draco Shrine and work our way east. Good point. It was off Old Agria Road east of Palm, right? So once we're ready, let's head over there and start our reconnaissance. Sounds like a plan. By the way, several requests came through not long ago. If you could spare some time to take care of those, I and the requesters would greatly appreciate it. Understood. In that case, I suppose it's time we mobilize once again. Yes, as Class 7 and the Radiant Wings both. With the Courageous too, the range of places we can go is going to expand quite a bit. Before taking on the rivalries themselves, we need to do what we can to help people in each area. Oh, Rean, one last thing. Toa. I just spoke with Yuna and Kurt, and the next time you go down to the surface, would you please take me with you? You want to come along? But there's the ship operation to oversee and... wait, I get it. Elise and the others are going to help out, so we'll have some leeway to work with there. After all, there are some cases where contacting everyone is going to be a lot easier from the surface. Yeah, I'd be away from actual combat, but I think I could help you out with my orders, so what do you say? Understood. We were planning to do more than scout the Draco Shrine today anyway. Just don't overdo it, Toa. Okay? Right, I won't. Even if it's just for a little while, I won't let you down. Oh, and I sent the orders to the terminal. Check it out if you're so inclined. You bet. Thanks. I see. Look at how our party is expanding. Put old Crow up in there. Ah, we can go to Ortis now. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that could be very useful, because there's only one. So we have a bonding event with Toa, Sarah, Muse, Laura, Kurt, Celine, oh my god, Alphen, I've forgotten her name, Gaius. And that's all our bonding events, in total of 5 points. Now we could possibly, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some of the side quests will probably give us bonding points, but if anything, I feel like Muse is gonna pull something, so we gotta skip her. I feel like we're gonna have to skip Laura, so that's 2 points gone. I don't know about skipping Alphen. Maybe we can do her next thing. But I might have to skip her. Depends on what happens.
Okay.
Let me look through our stuff.
Well, no surprise
what?
there.
And that's the
Well,
power of
no
love.
surprise there.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, just like that.
Make sure no one else has changed.
A matter of course.
Well then,
I must train
That's
even
how
more.
it's done.
diligence is its own
Stats
reward.
updated.
Let's go.
No.
Okay. Let's grab all these requests. Okay. I'm sure the ones where you fight monsters are the ones that give you the bonding points, of course. I want to just go ahead and grab that request right there. Alright, let's check this. So now, at this point, we have a lot to explore. I think I'm going to make Ortis be my last area, and here's why. Because I might end up knocking out a few requests before we do stuff in Ortis. So that way, you know, well, probably before I go, whenever we have our next operation, is when I will... Yeah, just whenever we have an operation happen, I'm gonna go to Ortis and go to that one shop that you exchange the Mira for, and then we'll get bonus. We'll get extra. As for where to start, I wouldn't really know. But either way, we're gonna go down to the... We're gonna go to the shop first off, as we always do. We always go to the shop. This way. Oh, but I knew Rean wasn't going to be taking all that news so lightly. Ah, no, I've gone the wrong way completely. Okay, it was this way. This that novel you're looking for, Emma? It is, thank you so much. Ordered a book through Becky, huh? That's right. Talking with Dorothy reminded me just how fun it is to dive into a new story. Things sure do change, eh, Rean? Remember back at the academy when Emma was a shy wee bookworm? Just look at her now. Those eyes, those legs, those curves, You must be beating off the guys with a stick. You're sure you can control yourself around a babe like this, Rean? I don't know if I put it that way exactly. Still, anyone with eyes is beautiful. Still, anyone with eyes can see how beautiful she is. Rean, you don't have to. No use denying it, Emma. With great sexiness comes great responsibility. I mean, think about it. Lots of hot-blooded young lads on this ship. Best be sure you don't give anyone the wrong idea. A wee bit of action could go right into their heads. She sure does have a point, Emma. Be careful not to break too many hearts. Oh dear.
Use a shout and I'll get you what you need.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. So I can buy more. I can put these on as many people as I want. Well, who actually looks alright with a Thor's armband on? I'm going to buy 20 of these. I'm not kidding. I'm going to buy 20, 25. I'm going to buy 30. This is for everyone else who tries to join us. They will now be a part of Thor's Class 7. I'll probably sell some that I don't need.
Catch you later.
Okay.
Okay.
We know it won't work on them.
Diligence is its
That's
own
how
reward.
it's done. I must
I
train
don't want it
even
to
more.
look stupid on people, but I at least want some
Well
people to
then.
have it. Okay, that's bad. It's like putting it on the girls. Yeah, it's a no-go.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yep. Too thin.
A matter of course.
I did it.
I need to keep getting better.
Woohoo! Yeah, just like that.
Too thin.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Now that would be reminiscent of something. Actually, you know what? Why not? Because it's kind of like, even though it's really clipping through her, it would be reminiscent of her student council days. Yet, oh my god, no.